Okay, so today we will be discuss about some um, direct. Okay, so last time I may talk about. Actually, I was postponed our topics before pipes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so today our class will be 11. Okay, so now this time uh, we will be use some uh, pipes. Okay, so what it is pipes? Pipes basically is a filter of our text, basically, which I seen here some content which is comes from the uh, coming from the uh, variables. So that particular data, when it is visible, we can use some extra uh, options or modifications for this output. Could you understand?
No, sorry.
This is the kind of filter. Basically, what is a filter? Filter basically, if you wanted to some data wanted to showcase, or if you want to put the data into the database, or you want to see into the visible part, so that time you if we want to change that data visibility, like uh, user requirements, so that data will be changed in uh, lively with the pipes basically. So basically how it works, so first we can see the output, then you can understand it better. Basically, when we write some amount value like this is the amount value, right?
Yeah.
And this amount value here did not have any dollar sign or rupee sign, but basically when you wanted to see any output, so as amount, so most of the time we are seeing the data like this way, right?
Yes.
So basically this is the actually value, but it is not a currency. But when it is presented here, so that means it is a currency, right?
Yeah.
So basically here is our options when we are see the value from the variables to output. So in this time we can change the value type as currency type. Basically this is the number and it is the currency type. Okay, so how it change? Basically it's changed by the this particular things. Basically this is the syntax, and this syntax called pipe. So this is the actually pipe sign, and this pipe are actually uses with this particular things, and it is actually kind of functions or class. Okay,
Okay.
so basically what it do? basically this particular value are catch here, and after that they are some extra typecasting over the uh, actual value, and we can present another types after this thing. Okay, so what is the things? Basically it is a reshape or rearrange for datas only. Okay, so basically pipes mostly working with only data.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the data process, and when we are seeing it as data, so basically this is the some pipes which are uh, common in Angular libraries, and this is the title case, and here is the date, here is the currency. So this is the some this here I have some values, and when it is represents in the section, so this is you can see when the data is come. So here data come from the database small cases, and when it is used as a title case, so title case means starting characters will be capital like this. So this is the title case. Okay, hello,
Okay.
this is the
Okay.
title case, and when it's put a data a date, so this date are actually represent like this when use it as date format. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
and when it is used as currency, then we can see it like this. Okay, so this is the output of these three pipes. So this is actually pipes, and these three pipes are actually imported first into our component, and then we can use this particular uh, filters. Basically these filters or pipes, whatever, this can be used. Okay, so how
But
can
how will we know what are all the pipes available?
actually when you go to the references part, then you can see so many pipes. So if I open the reference section, and under the reference here you can see pipes. If you are use pipe, so this is actually pipe. Okay,
Okay.
it's everything are pipes.
Okay.
Except this, we did not have any library pipes, but if we want to create custom pipes, we can do that. But it is are available from the Angular framework.
Okay.
Okay, so these some pipes are available, and how it work, then we can see. Okay, so
Yeah.
you already know about how can see pipes or classes, whatever. If you want to anything about documentations, here have some extra classes, or if you want to know, so you can see all the references API from this section,
Okay.
from the references and API references. Here you can see everything.
Okay.
Okay, but major point is when we are using some concepts, so everything does not require directly, but when you are worked one by one, then you can understood it why it is here and how it are working. Basically
Okay.
this is a developer preview. That means it is under development process. Okay, it is not actually stable yet. So
Okay.
so many things also are working in behind the scene, but some things are stable, and which is stable, and there have no extra icons.
Okay.
So, and everything based on these documentations over these concepts. So basically these concepts are actually main important.
Okay.
Okay, so now we can go to the pipe section, and when I open these pipes, and after that here you can see also that available pipes which is already visible through the documentations.
Okay.
Okay, so these all pipes are here. So now we can see how it work and how can see it. So now I open it in about page. Here is the about page, and after that we can open this value property here. Okay, so let open the about page here, and when I open this about page, so basically this particular John Doe, basically what I written here, we just see similar like that, right?
Yes.
So if I want to see it is everything is capital, so what we need to do,
Call that
set
type
actually
convert.
we need to add extra additional functionalities,
Hmm.
uppercase
Yes.
function. Okay, so basically we need to set it uppercase function, but if we want to set it uppercase, we can do that through directly here. So basically if we want to uh, to u er uppercase like this, if you want, maybe sometimes it's work, right?
Yeah.
Because it is actually function of JavaScript. It is function of JavaScript, and these particular things can be working through this particular syntax. It is very simple, right?
Yeah.
But here are also another options. If we write uppercase like this only, then we can do this same thing with this particular part. But if we want to use this part in our Angular HTML section, so we must be import uppercase 5, need to import first here. If I import, then we can set it like this, and then we can see same things which I used before. Okay,
Okay.
so now you can say why it is required, because if we have direct options to write uppercase, so why it's required, right?
Yeah.
Because we already have this particular
Just
things.
item. Yeah. Why we need a separate pipe
We
for
why we required separate pipes. Okay, so basically separate pipes is uppercase does not required actually. Basically uppercase we can create through this way, but to title title case is not available in JavaScript.
okay.
If
What
we
is title case?
if we want to use it as title case like this, it's not available into the
Oh,
JavaScript.
okay.
Okay,
Okay.
but here I have some catch in native JavaScript, but I don't want to see that at this moment, because that is not so much complicated, but that is sometimes have some process to extended some functionalities with this function. Okay, that is the another topic, but we can not we do not have any extra types like that into native JavaScript function. Okay,
Okay.
so this is not a JavaScript function member, and if we want to see as title case, so now just we want to see title title case, and this time if we use this title case, so after this time we can add import title sorry title title case pipe, and if I use it, then we can say it like this, but we already here uh, writing this. So Shivaji and Devnath, it's everything is small, but we can see it different name with the extra additional capital letter, right?
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
is the actually type case functionality, title case functionality. So this is have something is implementing under this pipe class, and that is are changes some extra visibility. Okay, so
Okay.
is it usable? What do you think? Is it?
Yes,
Yes,
this is usable. Yeah.
it is usable, but uppercase.
Uppercase is not because it's already available as a string function.
But that is also there in the Angular library.
Okay.
So basically thing is, yes, pipes also is required sometimes if we want to use extra functionalities behind the scene, then it is mostly important. Okay,
Okay.
so how it do that and how it work. So basically here we can see a name, but if we want to present some value like this is the here, and uh, I wanted to see some price amount, price like this, and if we want to see the price uh, here, and I wanted to see this price in INR currency. Okay, so I wanted to see price PRIC price currency like 1000. If we want to use, so then must be import currency CY currency pipe, need to import, and once I import here, so after that we can see the currency pipe like this. Okay, so now we can see the currency pipe using proper structure. Basically
Yes.
we are using only number without comma and dot value, but we can
Okay.
see the INR symbol uh, with our value, right?
Yes.
Also if we want to another options, like if we want to use uh, like uh, check it, so true, but then I wanted to see it 0, that means I don't want to see the dot value, so that time we can see it like this, and here it is also have some distance value, which data types we can see like this. So now we can see it like this. So basically okay, so this is the currency value type, and what is this? This is actually some arguments. Okay, so this is the actually main uh, types, and after that this particular types, this particular things actually is a parameter when I use it like this. Okay,
Okay.
basically it is work like a function.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically thing is when I write this value, so basically something it's represent like this here, cu RRENCY currency like this, and after that if I presented the value here, then we can do it like a function. So basically
Okay.
if we want to use currency like this, then don't record this at this moment, I just simply uh, see like this type value, and we can see the value like this way. Okay, so this is the kind of our custom function we can create like that, and after that we can fixed it with 2 point value. So basically this is the 2 point value if we want to fix it. Okay, so is it new something here?
Mm, return.
We are using the currency function except currency pipe.
Okay.
This is the currency function, and it is working like this. But here, when we are used currency pipe before, so basically we get also comma uh, after this 3 index. If I use the currency pipe except the function, right? So then we can see the price like this, and after that we can see the value this way, right?
Sorry, can you please repeat that, sir?
Actually, last I used currency like this by functions also,
Okay.
and now if I use the uh, currency pipes with INR parameter, so then we can see this type of outputs.
Okay.
Okay, basically here have two possibilities we can see with the two other things. Basically here we can use currency function like this, and we can use the currency pipes like this. Two way we can see the value.
Can you come to that function, please?
So this is the function part and it is the pipe part.
Okay.
So here is the currency function which are written here, and this is the value, and after this value I just use some JavaScript functionalities under the functions.
Okay.
Okay, and that output, that things give us output like this way.
Okay. Got it. Yeah.
Okay, but when I use the pipe send, so then we can see it like this way.
Okay.
But here I have some parameters like this. Here I have some parameters. First part is a symbol. Uh, sorry, not symbol. Actually, first part is parameter. Second part is the symbol. So if I use some symbol like this rs, so without INR sign, here currency type is INR, but here I want to use RS sign here.
Okay.
Okay, so except the currency sign, we can use RS sign or any other custom sign if we want like this. We can have another options to use our symbol. And third parameter, we can use the directions of our back part. Basically back part means basically this is the first value. What is the measurement of the value, and after that what sub parameter, basically what type of value we can see after the dot sign. So 2 to 4 we can see extra value after the dot sign.
Okay.
So basically we can see 2 to 4, basically 2 is the minimum and 4 is the maximum. So 2 to 4 distance can be covered with this direction, but before this value we don't know exactly what is it mean. but this is the actually after dot value we can see it like this. And here I have some confusion. If I sorted this in, okay, so basically it is actually a 3 index before dot value it will be showing.
Okay.
So basically it's showing basically before dot we can see it as before here actually 3 value is will be showing, and after the dot how many parameters, how many index can be showing. So this actually representing by this syntax.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the actually part which can be used for the data representation, and sometimes it can be working for invoice system also, right?
Okay.
So this is the basic things which can be applied with the pipes.
Okay.
So here I have some another pipes like date pipes. Date pipe also we can use date syntax, date pipe syntax, and after that we can use the time syntax with this way. And also
Okay.
here we can use various type of locations we can set here by the time zone. Time zone can be set like that, and here I have so many things. Okay, so basically that is kind of uh, pipes are predefined. Okay, so here I have some pipes which we seen actually predefined pipes, right?
Yes.
So now I talk about some uh, custom pipes. Custom pipes basically thing is, if we want to create our own custom pipes, so then we can create our custom pipe too. So this is the some syntax, and when we want to create our own currency types, so then we can do it here. So how I use currency pipe for my implementations? Basically most of the times I use my currency pipes, uh, actually I use a custom pipe for custom currency value show. Basically what is actually I mean, basically what actually meaning here, if I want to transform our data value with the this particular currency value, basically our default value is, it is our default value. Okay, so basically
Okay.
this time we are can see this is our default value, and after that I wanted to see now. True. So basically this time we are seeing a currency symbol like this. Okay. So if we want to see live currency converter, if we want to see live currency converter, so can I do that with these features?
Yeah. Um,
Live currency converter. Basically, thing is here I wanted to put some value with the input control, and here I want to use some currency data, and then we can see the value. Okay, so basically if I want to use this particular data, we can see it easily. Okay,
okay.
so basically thing is if I want, so if I want to see the value, uh, if $1 1 rupees means 1 rupees, right? It is a base value. But if I want to convert it with the USD value. Basically live, I want to see it price in USD, USD, sorry, USD price. So if I want to show it at USD, so USD, we can see like USD options.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so basically base price is INR price. Base price is INR price, but when I convert, I want to convert it as USD, then it changed it USD. If I want to change it is Euro, then we can use Euro, E U GBP, GBP. So here we can use GBP, and then we can see the GBP for this particular data types. Basically here I use these three type of input options, right?
Yeah.
But if I use any thing here, so we don't have any changes here,
Okay.
because everything is same. 1 2 3 is INR same, USD same, and GBP same, but it is same value.
Yeah.
If I convert it with the USD, then it will be something less than
Yeah.
1 to 3.
Mm.
GBP also like that. So how can calculate with the live measurement, live if I want? So if I want to change it lively, so then we need to use we need to add extra pipes option. So now here I ng g, and here we can see how many schema can be used here. So if I use ngg help, then we can see so many options which are actually available for the generate purpose. Okay, so now we require to create pipe actually. Okay,
Okay.
and when we are created pipe, so it is the alias name is p. So now here we can create ng g p equal to uh, in the component section, it is also visual part, so we can create it in under the component. So components component slash my currency, my currency, my currency can be used under this folder. Okay, so
Okay.
let's see what is available here. So now this time I actually created my currency pipe. So this spec file does not record at this moment, because it does not require to test anything here. So how it applied? So this is the my currency. Okay, so this is the actually output when I written in our URL. So this time I just simply use it my currency like this. Okay, and if I want to use everywhere this, after using this, if I using, so of course I see some problems here, because this my currency pipes does not imported in our section, in our command section, right?
Yeah.
So now my currency pipe need to import here, and when I import it in the my currency pipe, and after that I just remove the my currency pipe only directly from here, and after this we cannot see anything output from here.
Yes.
Why? What is this problem? Problem is my currencies when I used, so this currency uh, uh, function, transform function, does not return any value. Okay,
Okay.
it is not returning any value, so for that particular purpose we cannot see any output.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the actually main problem. So how can see the value? So just I use remove the null part, and just I write it as value. Okay, and
Okay.
if I write it like this, then we can see everywhere same value.
Okay.
Okay, but if we see it same value here, so is it okay for us? No.
No.
So actually we required to use some extra value with the currency options. So here we can use string or number, whatever it's come. We can use its string or number, whatever. Mostly it's required number, but after this, if it is using for number, so after this we required symbol. So sym symbol and format what is actually required, and data types must be string. Okay, so these value formats are comes from actually uses in the currency pipe. So basically default currency pipe sym so default currency pipe is visible like this way. Okay,
Okay.
so here now we can create our currency value with the currency pipe. So now here I can use new CURR currency pipe with this particular syntax. Basically currency pipe is a class, and after that class we can const out, and then what it give output, it's give output string or null both. So basically if I use it here, so it give some extra problem. So now after using this, basically this call null safety error, null safety thing. Basically if it is null value is available, maybe possible to get null value, then we can use this syntax for removing this kind of error.
Okay.
And another way we can use question mark also, but question mark if I use, so then it can be continue with other value. But if I not use any other value, if we want to end in this session, then we can use this exclamatory sign after this.
Okay.
Very
Okay.
good. Okay, once I written this, after this we can see all the symbols with this value, right?
Yeah.
So basically my currency pipe are working with the transform function. Value is passing, symbol is passing, show passing, format is passing, so everything is passing which is required. So basically first is the string, first is the number, then after that currency code, and display, and digit info and local. So like this we can write same type of name. It is helpful for us because this value is important for us, right?
Yeah.
So this value, this is the value, and after that it is a currency code, and after that display and digit info and local. Okay, so basically uh, sorry, currency code, see currency code we can use here by currency code, and this currency code is optional when it is question mark using here. So if I use it here, then it is optional, but once I written optional, so after that uh, after this syntax, after this parameter, we write everything as optional. So after that it is display, yeah, yes, play display, display display will be various types are available here. Okay, so if I want to use the multiple types, so like we can use this display type, and here we can use that display type also here, and after that we can use question mark after this section, and then we can see final part of display, not final part actually, this is the display info, and it is the display info, and if I use it display info, so now it's also display info as string, and what kind of data types are available for it? Only string. So okay, so string is also available, and after that we have local string like this, and we can also use the local parameter here also. So this is everything same with the currency pipe, because I want to implementing everything which currency pipe already have, but I want to use some real-time data output, real-time calculations, not exactly real time but sometimes real, because some values are different here, so for that particular purpose I want to write another function which is converter.
Okay.
Converter convert the value. Okay, so here we require two part mainly, because one is the uh, one is the main number, which is the value, and after that we can use the index for currency exchange. So if const out equal to 0, if USD, sorry, here we cannot use const, because const if we declare once, then we cannot change their value under the const variable.
Okay.
So once I return it, and after that we can see another options. Okay, and here also GBP. So maybe we can see the some others value. So this value proposition is correct or not? We check out it into the currency conversions. Okay, so basically this convert value can be checked. Sorry, let amount convert the value, and this amount will be put here. Okay, and then we can see the final output. So basically this type of const does not require let does not require. We can use the amount to pass here, and then we can see the value. Okay, and after using this we can see some different kind of values from here.
Yeah.
Okay, but it is correct output. So now we need to check INR to USD. It is the actual value by when it is converted into USD dollar, right? Because our base value is INR.
Yeah.
So now we just multiply USD value with this. So if I using this, so then we can the exact value which are available here, right?
Yeah.
And after that we wanted to see euro or GBP. GBP, and here is the GBP conversions. We can also reverse things can do, and euro conversion, and it is a euro conversion. Okay, so this all are conversions of the value which can use. Okay, so let's real-time currency converter is available. Now if I wanted to see 1 2 3 4 5, and it is a base amount, it is our USD value, and it is our GBP value, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So if I want to see it USD, I check with USD, and 1 2 3 4 5 same value is available.
Okay.
Why not same? Is it not same?
It's not same.
But logically, if I write this,
But what is the value we are using for the conversion there?
actually conversion value is for 1 rupee equal to this amount,
Yeah.
right?
Is it the same value we are using there?
Yes, I same value using for multiplication.
Yeah. Okay.
So by logically, if it is multiplied,
Hmm.
1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, then I see the value like this in USD, almost same, but basically here we get extra data output. Okay, so basically this time I don't bother extra parameters here, because here two index are using, so here also we are using two indexes. So if I use to index, but also not same. Why? Have any idea?
No, no, sir.
Because biologically it's are uses like this,
Okay.
but when 1 2 3 4 is a rupee sign, but it's not same for our output with our output, not equal exactly same.
Okay.
Okay, whatever happening here, but it is a process to can we can change it lively like this way. Okay, so it is our own currency converter pipe, but if we want to use with the real-time data server, real-time currency data server, we can also do that, but that is actually required to integrate uh, async pipe with this particular function. Basically async are working for the data consumption. Basically here have some if we are using third party APIs, so that time we can use some async pipe for resolve the value of promise and observable value. Promise, you I think you already know about promise.
Yes.
Promise means basically server data. When it is comes from the server, that is actually retrieved by the promise.
Okay.
We seen it in before when we are work with JavaScript.
Yes.
I already described that. So basically,
Yeah.
if we are working with third-party APIs integration, so that time we need to understand about the pipes. Basically, without promise. Without promise, we cannot get the value from the server. Actually, if we get the value from the server, but after getting that value, we cannot visible if we are not using promise, then our value will not be visible in our output in the HTML page. Basically, JavaScript are render the every content quickly as soon as possible without server response.
Okay.
So basically, promise class or promise functionalities are waiting for the server response. When server data is comes, then promise can push the value into the HTML page. So for that particular purpose, promise are required, and observable is a sometimes it's extra things. Observable basically is a event based data types. Basically thing is uh, sometimes if we are get some continuous basis data from the server, and that is called server side event. Okay, server side event means basically if we get some continuous updatation some minute or seconds after getting updates, that data quickly up to date into the output into the HTML page. So that is actually observed by the observable.
Okay.
So this is the streaming data purpose used, and it is future data purpose used. It's working for only one time, and it's working for multiple times.
Okay.
This is the difference between the observables and promise.
Promise.
Okay, and when we work with future data, then we must be understand about the uh, HTTP requests, and these HTTP parts are important for it
Okay.
sometimes. So
When
uh,
you say future part, what do you mean?
Future part means basically if we get any data response, if we send some request into the server side, then we can get the data uh, sometimes later.
Okay.
Basically, if you if we working with the any server side application, so if you submit the form, then uh, you get quickly response from the server or get some milliseconds to get some response.
When, sir?
Actually, if you fill up some form or fill up some data, so do you get that response quickly or sometime later?
Sometime later.
So that is called actually future response.
Okay.
So basically that sometimes delay response can monitored by promise functions, but if we get some continuous updations which database data is updated, that can be observed by the observables. Basically, like if we are open some uh, share trading site, so if you see the one share trading value are is up and down continuously up to date the value, so that value can be observed by the observable object.
Okay.
So that is the streaming value, and it is the single time value response which comes it sometime later.
Oh, got it.
Okay, so this is the two difference thing for promise and observable. One
Oh,
is the sometimes later we can get the response, but it is for only one time, and it is many of time. Basically, it is streaming data can observe. When
oh,
value is changed quickly, uh, front end value also changed.
okay.
Okay, so this is the thing which can be used. So this all about something pipes. Okay, so I send you the this link with you. You also learn about pipes more if you want.
Yeah.
What happening here? What kind of privacy? I don't know. From today, this app are updated, so some privacy features are updated. So just to check out the setting section and what kind of privacy are applying here.
Okay.
Because if I not sending what is blocking here under my sections does not have any uh, link issue problem. Don't know. Okay, so uh, this is the concept of pipes. I think you could understand the pipes concept.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so next thing
It's
we
similar to functions, but it's inbuilt.
sorry, what you say?
It's similar to functions.
Yes, it is almost work like a person.
Okay. But But why we need pipe when we can use functions in that place? We can use functions, right, in that place.
Yes, we can use also function except pipes. But basically, if we are using the function, so this function only one time uses.
Okay.
And if we use this currency pipe, it can be used multiple times, multiple places.
Okay. Got it.
This is the difference between the functions and pipe. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, after this part, we can just I go through with this particular thing. This is ng content. Ng content we already know about before.
Ng content is to kind of push or capture data. Correct.
No, it is actually child value. If we using any custom component and there I want to see some extra value from the parent section under the child, that time we can use content. Where we are used before? In the card section.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the ng content part. Okay,
Yeah.
here is the some custom component are created like base component. So this is the base button component. Okay, and when it is used here, then under the button here like this particular content are used. मतलब means this particular content are visible in this place.
Okay.
Okay, basically this ng content replaced with this particular syntax. Okay,
Okay.
so this is called slotting child content with ng content.
Okay.
So I think you understand this concept.
Ng.
We already worked with it before.
Yeah.
This is the my card section. Okay, so here is the three type of cards, and this is the child card, which I used before using this card section. So basically, this is the card, app card. Here is also use app card, but here I use only child part with the multiple elements.
Okay.
Okay, so multiple elements we can use under this content section. So this is the part of ng content which I used in the in the card section here.
Okay.
And if we are not using any data, then we can visually see a default data value by the description section. And if we put some value in this card as description, my card description like this, then you can see our value is changed here.
Okay, sir.
So basically this is the single type input which is presented under the description section in this particular parameter. But if we want to use extra data parameters, then we can see this process. Okay,
Yeah.
can you understand the difference between this and this?
Yes. Sorry. My card and yeah, understood.
Basically this is the part where I use a normal input parameter like description, which is are using as attribute here, description, Okay, so this description property can use here, and it is visible. But if I use the description parameter used, but also I used this child parameter, so this descriptions not be visible. We can see the child parameter here.
Okay,
Okay,
understood.
basically why it is why it can do, basically this content are wrap with this this part. Basically, if our child content is available, then this particular things will be removed in the output
Yeah.
section. But if our child content not available, then this particular value can be visible.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the logical things which can uh, do by this way. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Template fragment is something extra features, and it is sometimes complicated because here have some extra things are required to uh, fragmentations. Basically, fragmentations means if we have some extra additional properties to import some sections, that time we can use ng template. ng template is a partial parts of our UI mainly, and this time I don't want to say about so many things because it is sometimes confusing, so I don't discuss too many things here.
Okay.
But if you want, then I have a YouTube video for it. I don't know it is in English or Hindi, but I made some video on these topics also. Here I have some syntaxes which is here. This is a template syntaxes and some white spaces in. Okay, in the template section, if you want to use some white spaces, so then we can use some hash sign. Then we can see this extra spaces with this hash sign.
Oh,
Okay, so now after this we have another options which is the directive. Directives basically is a custom um, attributes which are can which can change the uh, element behaviors with the directives. Basically this is the another visual part like component or pipes. Okay, but it is actually change or structurally or visibly. Basically here we can change the css properties, here we can change the structure, so this is the actually behavioral change can applied by the directives. So how can apply the directives here? So basically before we have so many directives used when I want to conditional rendering. So basically here I have some conditional rendering like if, yes, here we are you see the if syntax like this,
yes. Yeah. Yeah.
but this if syntax are actually already available in our Angular Angular syntax in Angular inbuilt functionalities, but here have no extra additional syntaxes. How can create this kind of syntax by one? It is not possible at this moment. But if I use uh, extra directive functions, like if I want to see same syntax like p, and this same syntax I wanted to see by this particular things. So this is our so here I see only 0, but 0 is not greater than 10, right?
Yeah.
So if I want to use some structural concept basically without using this, if I using like this uh, uh, attribute, so this particular attributes actually comes from the angular functionalities like pipes. Okay. So this is also another things which is are called directives. It is actually called as a directives, and when I use it as star, so star basically use as a structural directives. So right now I get some problem because if I use ngif, so ngif is a different type of class. So before using it, we need to import that ngif here first. Ngif we need to use here, and it is depreciate now. So for that particular purpose, we can see it like this. But if I use it, then we can see it under the conditions. Okay.
Okay.
So if it is 11, then we can see the output. If it is not 11, then we cannot see the value. Okay. So condition can be applied by this particular function, and this functions called directive, and this is particular called as a directives, and these directives can be uh, created by one. And if we want to create it by one, then we can use it with the directive syntax. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the directive APIs, but default directives this time are obsolete almost. So this time we can also apply our custom directives, because custom directives is always be available, but this ngif are not anymore used after coming this syntax. So but if we want to create our own directives, then we can create it. So what kind of directives here actually?
So,
Here is created. Do you
okay.
want to say anything?
No, no. Yeah, please proceed. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, if I want to create some extra custom directives, so then just I use this documentation in my section, and these directives also part of component. So compo any and po any nt as components slash highlights. So now here we can create the components directive. So under this section, this is the highlight directives, and does not require at this moment spec file. So if I create the highlight directive, so this is the app highlight. If we are using this app highlight, so how can use this? This app highlight can be used here. Okay. In this h2 tag. Okay.
Okay.
So if I use this here, h2 tag means this counter value. So we cannot see any changes after that thing.
Yes.
So now these particular directives are already applied. Now we need to use it as element reference. Basically element reference means basically I just use it as a selector, as a element selector, and it is reusable element selector for highlights. So now we need to create a element object, const element object el cons, don't require const, el only. And now we can use the inject parameter, and then we can use the element rep. So inject inject functions here, and then we can use element rep, and this element rep comes from the Angular code. And once I use it, then we can use the value in the constructor. When it is highlight, then we can highlight the value like this. So basically this element object have native element. Native element means h2 element, and that h2 element have the style attribute, and that style attribute css color will be changed with the yellow. Okay, so now it will be highlighted after saving this file. So what happening here? Okay, so basically I just missing some syntax pattern. Basically this time actually here I used, okay, here I am not imported the highlight class here. Here we need to import highlight class, because if I not import this highlight part, so this particular property cannot be applied.
Okay.
Okay, so basically it is the main problem. Directives are using okay, but what is saying here, we are not using like this. Maybe once I try it, because already they said avoid this, this syntax not correct. It is a correct syntax, and when I use, so this is the part. And if I right click and inspect the element, then we can see this is the app highlight, and after that we can actually track the element and set the style attribute with the background color yellow. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So this is the syntax which actually comes from here. Okay, so this is actually visually updated the part, but it is not a structural part. It is a just applying extra UI part by this way. Okay, also we can some extra functionalities like mouse enter, mouse left. This also are using the extra functionalities with this syntax. So basically if I use these properties like this, and if we are not using it like this, then we can use this particular syntax after using this. Okay, so that means if we mouse over here, then property value are changes here.
Okay.
Okay, so this everything are showing here. Here I have some dynamic options like if select any other values. After that, here we can see other data structure. Okay, so this is the some structure attribute directives which is for styling purpose, and another is structural, which is are using like with the if ngif. So if we are using ngif and with this particular syntax, okay, basically this is the star syntax. This star syntax means it is a structural. So if we use a structural syntax, so structural syntax is a sometimes it is extra specialty here. Basically thing is this particular syntax are visible into the
browser.
Output render in the output section. Okay,
Yeah.
but if we are using the structural data, so we cannot see any p tag which is here. We did not see any p tag here. If conditions is true, then it is visible.
Okay.
If it is false, then it is removed from the table. So this is the actually structural directive or works like this way. Okay. This is the difference between the normal directive and structural directives. A difference between like this. So if I use, so this is the data view class and like this, and here we can use ng template, data selector template like this, and if we want to create custom selector, so this is the custom selector options. Select directive, and here we need to use two options. One is the template reference, another is the view container reference. So template reference means a stable part, and view container reference means which is the visible data. So this is the two parts, two reference part are required to visible. So once we are use this template reference or view reference, and after that we can use the input required data source. Input required data source for select from, and then ng on init create. It is actually sometimes extra combinations things are here. Basically the syntax are changes with the symbol not symbol, signal options. So basically for that purpose the API sometimes changes with the new API. Actually this is the shorthand syntax, and it is the actual syntax which are represent under the ng template section. Okay, so basically ng template we need to understand first, then we can understood this structural part after that way. Basically if we want to understand it why and how it work, so before this topic we need to understand the ng template section, which is actually not covered. Okay, so now today I don't want to go for this particular part actually, because it is sometimes extra advanced part. Okay, and what you feel advanced part is required at this moment, or it will be for future purpose?
What do you suggest, sir?
Suggest basically these things, this advanced part does not require at this moment, because we have so many things except this also, because these things is important, but at this moment does not important, because we need important dependency injection, routing part, form part. HTTP client is most important.
Okay.
So this all
So we will
things
complete
are
those.
important first to
Okay. Sure.
complete it. And once it is completed, then we can go for some extra depth, because
Okay.
every topics have some extra depth things also. But this time this template structural directives and this part not so much important. But yes, it is important if you want as if you want to work as a senior developer for Angular apps, then it is important.
Okay.
But when you create an applications as a normal way, that time that is not so much important.
Sure. Okay. Got it.
Okay, so basically first you need to complete more essential things which is required regular basis, because it is more important to know which is a required everyday basis. And extra things I also can discuss with you, but I uh, leave it for later. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so uh, today's class ended this point.
Sure.
Okay, so I send this video and project file with you. Let's
Sure.
practice this.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Bye.